So, you've decided to buy yourself a Tesla, huh? A new to you Tesla. Probably your first Tesla and most likely not your last. Electric vehicles are here to stay, and it's easy to see why people are jumping on the Tesla bandwagon. With that said, Teslas are the most expensive used car brand in the world, with an average price of a used car coming in at roughly $65,000. Heck, the next closest car manufacturer, which is my current car brand, Porsche, comes in at a distant second at $47,000. What up, guys? I hope that, as usual, you are having an ideal day. Now, my name is Bradley Danger, and I'm gonna take you through some of the unforeseen costs when purchasing a new or used Tesla. With any new car purchase, you're usually hyped up and emotional. But when you're buying a Tesla, things can be electrified or magnified. Now, a good friend of mine does marketing and sales at a local Tesla dealer. And he's told me time and time again, people come in and they're spending more on their Tesla purchase than any other car purchase in their lifetime. Tesla dealerships are really the only ones in the world where it's actually not unusual for someone to drive in their 10-year-old Subaru Outback and then drive out with a 120,000 P100D. Buying a Tesla isn't just a car purchase. It's a lifestyle purchase. And if you're looking to buy one or already have one, I'm your biggest advocate. In fact, when you get a sec, if you could go down into the comments and give me your ideal spec Tesla, what would you get? A Model 3, a Model S, or Model X? And what trim level and options would you get? Let us know below. And at the end of this video, I'll let you know my ideal spec. Okay, so I wanna cover a few different things that you need to be aware of if you're going to buy a Tesla. How are you gonna charge it? Now, if this is your first Tesla, this may not have even crossed your mind yet. I know it's common knowledge that you need to charge an electric car, but that 110 volt outlet that charges your iPhone isn't going to cut it. See, a 110 volt will only give your Tesla an additional 3 miles range per every hour charged, where with a 240 volt, it'll give you an additional 29 miles range per hour. So you're gonna need to install a 240 outlet wherever your car lives. This could be an issue if you're renting, so check with your landlord to make sure that you can install a 240 before you start shopping for a Tesla. Quick tip, to convince your landlord to install a 240 outlet, you can tell them that a 240 outlet is actually good for more than just charging your Tesla. Actually, any higher end piece of machinery will use a 240 outlet. So when you try to sell it to your landlord, explain it's a good investment for more than just charging your car. And not being able to charge your Tesla at home, that could be a deal breaker. It can cost between a few hundred and few $1,000s to get the outlet installed, depending on where your box is, as well as how much an electrician in your area charges you. So definitely budget on a 240 outlet because you don't want to run out of juice. I think it's general knowledge that the Tesla is an ideal badass car. Well, the valet is going to expect you to tip more, and your friends are going to want to ride with you instead of taking their old school gas guzzling excursion. You'll end up finding yourself circling the block once or twice to find the perfect parking spot so nobody hits your baby. And we all know that time is money, and you'll most likely treat it different than any other car you've ever owned. So you'll end up paying more for car washes, waxes, and other cleaners. Oh, and if you snag a car with 21-inch wheels, it's not if, but when you're gonna have issues. Not only do the 21-inch wheels come with higher performance rubber, it wears out quicker. 21-inch wheels also give your car a harsher ride, and when you hit a decent sized pothole, there's a chance that you'll not only lose the tire, but you'll possibly crack the rim as well. Of course, it's a percentage game, and it might not happen on the first pothole, but it probably will happen. And when it does, it's gonna put a sizable dent in your wallet. Also, it doesn't matter if you get the 3, the S, or the X. They all look relatively similar on the road. So get ready to scratch your personalization itch. One of the most common modifications I've seen is vinyl wrapping. And here's a couple of examples. Ooh, ah, what the actual? So just make sure that your wallet's ready to give your new Tesla a little bit more special treatment than any other car that you've owned. And most likely it won't be because you have to, but because you want to. Now this one I cannot stress enough. Check with your insurance company before you go shopping for your Tesla to see what insurance premiums are gonna be like. And here's why. Tesla is openly hostile to any attempt to repair the car yourself if it's in an accident, and it will only sell parts to authorized shops. There are really no aftermarket parts, and Tesla will not re-enable the car's software for driving unless it's been inspected by an authorized shop. So what do you do in the instance of an accident? Well, you call the service center at your local Tesla dealer and ask them for the name of a Tesla authorized body shop. Then you sit back, you pour yourself a carafe of cocktails, because it's gonna be a while, and you just wait for the repair, because there's literally nothing you can do. And with all this said, insurance providers have caught on to the premium that Tesla charges for parts for your car. So you may be surprised by how much your insurance premiums actually are. Also, depending on where you live, registration fees can be extremely high. Here in Seattle, sales tax is over 10%, so paying and registering your new to you Tesla can be thousands of dollars. On top of that, you may not qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, especially if you're buying used, which can definitely help. So there you have it. In the comments, let me know what else you need to prepare for when you're buying your first Tesla or electric vehicle. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the Ideal Cars YouTube channel. Now, for my ideal Tesla, since I'm gonna be realistic with this, I wanna get a 2013 or 14 P85 Plus with the tech package and smart air suspension. Throw on some aftermarket wheels and wrap it blue just like my 911. Now, in the comments, let me know what your ideal spec for a Tesla would be. I look forward to reading and responding to your comments. And if you liked this video, you'll love my other video of whether you should buy a brand new Model 3 or a used Model S. So click here. And if you wanna see what YouTube recommends to you, click over here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, and you should, click here. And as always, keep living that ideal lifestyle.